She didn't leave all at once. She just stopped asking the second question, stopped offering the third reply, stopped waiting for himself to answer in full. It wasn't spite, it was slow recalculation. She saw the version of himself that wouldn't stay long, even if he stayed around. Thought he was hiding it well, but the absent in himself had already started speaking louder than the words he said. When someone stops reaching out, they already made a peace with your exit, even if you hadn't. She gave signs. He wasn't deaf, just detached. There were moments, small hesitations, delayed responses, a different kind of smile, the one that isn't for you anymore. She asked questions, answered with deflection. She told stories he only half remembered. She reached out while staying seated, and eventually, she adjusted. When someone stops reminding you they care, they likely done it too many times already. There wasn't a fight, no raised voices, no door slammed, just a gap that didn't close. It stayed wide for days, then weeks, then he stopped noticing. That's how most things break, not from impact, but from friction left unattended. She left before she had to. That's what he respected most. Some people stay to argue, some stay to be proven right. She didn't. She saw he was already gone, and she made sure she didn't waste the exit. Not every ending is sudden. Some break quietly, long before the exit is official. This chapter isn't about betrayal or anger. It's about distance that arrives one small adjustment at a time. The second question was left unasked, the slower reply, the shift in tone that says more than the words. Psychology calls this emotional recalibration. People don't always leave out of spite. They leave because the weight of holding someone else's collapse becomes heavier than what they can carry. She didn't turn cruel. She just stopped reaching for what was no longer there. And that choice was less about her leaving him and more about protecting herself from disappearing too. History has always had these signs. Empires collapse when allies stop showing at the table. Partnerships fracture not with a declaration but the slow refusal to invest. The signs are visible long before the final break. And those who pay attention knows that endings rarely come from impact. They come from friction left unattended. What makes this chapter sharp is the restraint. There's no fight, no dramatic split, no spectacle, just the quiet recognition that sometimes the most respectful exit is a clean one. She didn't demand proof. She didn't beg for change. She understood that he was already gone and she left before resentment could poison what remained. Strategically, that's a lesson. Knowing when to step away without noise, without trying to force a repair, requires clarity that most people never learn. Staying longer doesn't always mean loyalty. Sometimes staying longer only creates more damage to sweep up later. The weight here is simple. Not everyone who leaves does so out of failure. Some leave because they've seen through enough to know what's coming. Some exits aren't abandonment, they're foresight. So, here's the question. When you sense that a bond is already thinning, do you hold on tighter out of fear or do you respect the signs and step out because the fracture turns toxic?